and what led you to Coya Therapeutics?
Thank you. Well, appreciate you for having us today.
Sure.
Yeah. So this was a very serendipitous meeting that I had with a very world-renowned doctor in Houston named Dr. Stanley Appel. I was taking my father in for an appointment at Houston Methodist, and I was working in the pharmaceutical industry. I had a PhD and I'd known how to develop drugs. And my father unfortunately had cognitive loss. He had a progressive dementia, very, very difficult. So I found the best physician probably in the country, Dr. Appel. And, unfortunately, Dr. Appel told me that this is progressive and it's unlikely that there's going to be any major improvements. But he said, look, I have something else that is very interesting that I'm working on clinically and in the lab. Wanted to meet me next week. And he asked me this because he knew of my background in the knowledge of how to develop and launch and commercialize drugs. So I met him the following week, and he showed me some clinical data, which was remarkable. It was unbelievable what he had done. He had done it in ALS, but he was working in Alzheimer's disease and dementias as well. And together he said, Howard, look, you know how to raise money, you know how to commercialize drugs. Do you want to do this with me? And I went back to my wife. It didn't take very long. I came back to him the next day and I said, absolutely. So we launched Coya, and we've raised quite a bit of money, and we've gone through the whole cycle. We've raised money, we've stayed private, and then we went public on NASDAQ. One of the few IPOs last year in biotech.
Especially for a Houston company, right?
It's unheard of for a Houston company. You're either usually a company in Boston or San Diego or San Francisco, because Houston's not the epicenter of that sort of thing. But I think there's a lot to learn and to teach and to mentor people here in Houston on how to do something similar and leverage the research that's going on here.